Welcome to the Artidex podcast. Leah Carmichael.
Hi. Hello.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this.
I was really nervous when you asked me.
Why?
I haven't done anything like this in 6 years. 6 years?
That's pretty significant.
7 years?
But it's
How
me.
long has it been? I don't know. And you said we haven't seen each other in 10 years, so that's even crazier.
I feel like it's been 10. I feel like it was 2016 that we were doing all the Kat Von D stuff.
I was only 31,
Okay.
32, 10 years ago. How
Yeah.
sad.
It's crazy. It's insane how fast time flies.
Yeah.
It's actually insane. But yeah, I think I was just going into medical school. Like, I don't think I had even...
Yeah, Dr. G.
Yeah, I hadn't even started med school yet. I think I was in, but I hadn't started.
Yeah.
While we were doing that, and then I kept trying to do it while I was in medical school.
I remember that being really crazy for you.
Yeah.
Like, batshit
It was
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that, but for a while I pulled it off, and then once I was in my second year, I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. But thank you for agreeing to do this.
Of course. I'm happy to do it.
I love the excuse to be able to see you.
I know.
I've missed you so much.
I've missed you too. It's been way too long.
Way too long. And you're obviously one of my favorite artists, so you're one of the first people I thought of when I was putting this project together in general.
That's really sweet. Thank you.
Always my goals, makeup-wise. So, and it was really... It's nice because this is a subject I can speak on very comfortably with you, and I feel like we can have a fun chat. But I did write some questions for you as well.
Okay.
Things that I don't know, and then I'm also probably going to ask you things that I do know, but I think would be interesting for you to speak about. But I usually like to take people back to childhood and
oh boy,
how you first got started in even just art, even if it wasn't makeup. Or what were your first mediums, and how does that translate to makeup?
Well, since as far back as I can remember, I think it's from obviously not kindergarten, but elementary school era. Every single thing of the what do you want to be when you grow up was always makeup. A couple of them say beauty or hair, but most of them were makeup. And I don't know where that came from as a child. I did watch a lot of weird shit on TV, but I couldn't have noticed the things that would make you want to be a makeup artist that young. But later, high school era is when before that, but high school era is when I really honed in on looking identical to Robert Smith.
Oh, God,
teasing my hair and wearing a smoky eye and a red lip every single day. And Lost Boys, Beetlejuice, Vinyl, all of that that's what really made me want to do makeup. It stemmed a lot from music. Susie.
Yeah,
Blondie.
Yeah.
It was just all very much my vibe, and I just wanted to do makeup that looked like that, which was not normal for somebody in Huntington Beach.
What was the vibe like there? Were you the only goth to be found?
No, I mean there was a few, but I definitely didn't look like everyone in high school. Everyone was, cheerleader, beach bunny girls, and that was just never me.
Yeah, we were very... I was similar. Long Island was Ugg boots. Ugg boots are death, It was that was what it was.
I never had Ugg boots.
Me neither.
Ever.
No.
I'm very happy to say I've never...
Not that
it's a bad thing, but
that's how I
never
knew
went
I
down
was on the outside.
Yeah.
I was I don't got the boots.
I don't got the boots.
That was what it was. But wow, that's actually insane, because I feel a lot of kids, when they're filling those forms out, nobody says...
Yeah, it's lion tamer
yes,
or
astronaut.
Clown. Yeah. Something.
That's crazy that you actually wrote
and I actually didn't know that until in 2023. I was forced to go through everything in my life, and I found all these books from school. I was like, oh man, that's so crazy that it went that far back. So I remember knowing I wanted to do it later, but as a young kid, you don't really remember, but
that's got to be trippy to find.
Yeah, it was cool.
So do you feel like you were even, I know you're really cultivated more of like the smoky eye red lip combo, which it's awesome to hear that developed as early as high school, because that is still very much like a signature look for you.
I looked crazy. It wasn't like a nice.
What was like different? What did you change over like the past few decades?
It was just different then. Like, obviously social media changed the way a lot of people do makeup, because there's so many, everything is so filtered, and back then there was no option to be filtered, and there were less options tool-wise, shadow-wise, complexion. Like, we were so young, and there's no base, there's no anything, and then there's, the frosty vanilla under the eye, and the eyebrows look like Nike check marks and or swoosh marks.
I had blocks. Like Lego character. Like, it was actually insane. Like, I look back and I'm like, what was I thinking?
I have such a hard time doing throwback anything posts from that time, except like a small portion of time, because the eyebrows were so insane.
Insane. What was wrong with everyone?
I feel like that era too, like I was just talking about how 40s, 50s, 60s, I mean, even 70s, like, everything was so cool. Yes. Everything looked like outfits, the makeup. I know it was probably weird in real life, but nobody's brows looked like that. They were not this far apart. They were not, it was like a 2000s thing, and it was so brutal. Yeah.
It really went south, and I don't even fully know like where the original source of like.
I mean, the 90s brow, I love a 90s brow. I love a thin brow, do too. But I've always had thicker brows, so I could never, you shave or tweeze or whatever, but yeah.
Did you ever paint at all? Because they're so similar.
A little bit. My grandma she was an artist. She's still alive. She was an artist. Bless. She doesn't paint anymore, but she had an art studio upstairs, so I would paint, but I never was super into it. It was always just makeup.
That's impressive. That's like amazing. You don't hear that.
I tried to get into it, but
it didn't grab you.
Didn't really grab me.
Yeah. So what were you like when you were? Was it just straight up carbon? Like you were just raw dogging carbon? Onto your lid carbon, with a finger. Right.
There was
We're talking about MAC Cosmetics, the original matte black eyeshadow.
It was always carbon, and it would always fall.
Oh, it's horrible. And if you don't have a base, you're just...
Never. It would always fall. But I also, still till this day, do face first and eyes last, and that's so risky when you're doing a heavy eye. I've now mastered it to where that does not happen unless I'm using like a cheap product. But why did I do that for so long at that time? Because it's just black. It doesn't matter how you blend everywhere. It just looks so dirty.
I know what you mean, though. I feel like once you get in a habit, you can't break it.
Like those things came out.
I'm a face first too, and it's like wrong.
Yeah. Personally, for me, working in retail, when you're doing people's makeup, it's so hard to start with eyes, because it looks so unfinished through the whole thing, and you can tell that they're not trusting the process. Yes. And they're like, this looks wrong. So when you do base first and then you do that, it's just more,
They have more faith in it because they see things like happening in a way that they can process, and it's not just like
otherwise it's like, trust me, and they're like, fuck.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. You like see their facial expression in the mirror. They're like panicking and like looking around. You're like, just hang in there.
Yeah, I promise it'll be fine. Together.
Yeah. Okay, so carbon. What was your red lip? Like, what was your first?
My first red lip was Ruby Woo.
Okay.
Ruby Woo. I've always used a brow pencil for liner.
That's really cool.
I've never done a red matching liner. It's always been a darker pencil with a red lip.
That's really cool. Do you still do that?
I still do that. Yeah.
That's really cool.
I've tried to not do that. It just doesn't feel. It feels weird. I feel like I look weird, which I know it's just me, but
I'm gonna do that now.
It's honestly, it's one of my favorite things, and it's also anytime I'm out somewhere where They're like, I love whatever is happening.
Yeah.
It's like the number one.
No, but
And
you're
it's
like blowing my
brow.
mind because that makes perfect sense because it's such
Yeah,
a high
a
wax
cool-
content.
Yes.
So then it's not going to bleed at all.
It stays so much longer.
You're a genius.
And like a cool tone. It's kind of 90s, but which is back.
I used to do the clear. The clear, you know what I'm talking about? The clear liner.
The Makeup
around
Forever one. Did you ever use that one?
I don't even remember what brand it was, but like I used to go around the border with like the clear, like wax.
Yeah,
but
and you just get little bumps everywhere.
it just,
so
yeah, and
waxy.
then just like texturally, it like made the edge look weird. But like that was what I thought you were
Yeah.
supposed to do at the time.
No, carbon.
I feel like you were either like color-wise in the Ruby Woo camp, but I feel like I was a Russian red.
I actually like Russian red more than Ruby Woo.
Right.
But it didn't look right with the smoky eye
Really?
at that time. Now I would just wear Russian red on its own because I don't ever really wear eye makeup anymore. But Russian red is superior.
I think it is.
In my opinion.
Yeah,
I think
texturally as well. Yeah.
I think it's more flat. I know everyone's like Ruby doesn't
Nothing
look bad
beats
on
it.
anyone, but I feel like Russian red is just so much more flattering.
I think so too. I think it's more rich.
Mm-hmm.
I think Marilyn Monroe would agree with us.
I would agree.
I think so.
Yeah.
I had like old viral products since we're like doing throwback stuff. I remember just like I don't feel like that's a thing anymore, but maybe it is, and I'm not on TikTok. But I feel like in like the early days of like Instagram, in the formative period when it was still fun and not terrible,
Yeah.
and not ruled by algorithms and made
Yeah.
sense, there were like these like grail products, and I know there's still viral products, but it was different. It was more like universal, where everyone knew about the same thing, and it was like a slower pace of turnover.
Yeah.
Now I feel like it's like from one day to the
everything
next.
is so fast now; it's impossible.
You can't even keep up. But like
Yeah.
Hoola bronzer and like the eye potion from Urban Decay they've had their moments.
What was the? Marisa would know this. Can I ask her?
Yeah.
Marisa, what's the blush?
Oh,
What's that
NARS, orgasm.
Orgasm.
Yeah.
That one.
So see what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I knew exactly what you were talking about.
And there's a NARS lip that she also used to do. Cruella. Is it Cruella? Yeah?
yeah.
Yeah. No. It was Cruella. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
These
But,
were so iconic though.
Yeah.
Are you getting back into frosts?
Yes. Well, it's just because I'm 41 years old.
No, you're not. No, it's
and-
not because of that. Because I also
Okay.
love it. My mom is a frost
Well,
biatch.
all through high school, that's all you had. All you had was frost. And I have to find these photos for you because they're so crazy looking. But it was, I mean, even carbon, because it was mixed with frost, was just frost. It just looks so dusty. But I had MAC Vanilla from the tub, which I still own, by the way.
The same one?
The first one I ever bought. I still own the first 3 shadows that I ever bought in the pot and pressed, and the first lipstick I ever bought from MAC.
What was
Still
the
own
first
them.
one?
Folio.
Amazing color.
Yeah, and I
Iconic.
would wear it with a dark line, the brow pencil. But the vanilla, I would put all over my face, and it was just like packed from here
You're
all
saying
the way.
like the loose pigment, right?
Yeah, the pigment,
Wow,
vanilla.
that's crazy.
So now that frosts are back, I love it.
They're back.
It's all I want to use. But
Melt just did a frost lipstick. It's called like Ghosted.
Melt.
Yeah.
Oh, I wear it.
yeah.
the
You
Ghosted,
have that
the
one.
pink one.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Oh,
so
I love
good.
it. Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
It's so
I bought
pretty.
that whole line. Like when they
Yeah,
did
it's
those,
great.
they dropped those pinks. I was like, you got me.
That one I wear very often with chestnut lip
It's
liner.
so good.
It's such a pretty pink.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
How did you get hired at MAC? And like when did you start
I
working
never
at-
worked at MAC.
You never worked at MAC?
No.
Wait, where did you work retail?
Makeup Forever.
Okay.
I was at Makeup Forever for 7 years, which was the longest I've ever been at like a retail job, and I loved every second of it. Makeup Forever was like in high school, Mac was everything. And I always wanted to work at Mac, and, it just didn't happen. And I don't even think I ever applied at Mac. I just was there all the time.
Yeah.
But I got a job at Makeup Forever, and I started just on the floor, not doing makeup, which was not ideal, but they send you to training. They send you to makeup school, and it has so much artistry smushed into the training, because it was known as an artistry brand and body painting and all of those things. I learned more there than I've learned ever in makeup school, in real makeup school, and on my own, techniques, finishes, water, oil, everything. I learned at Makeup Forever. And I worked in South Coast Plaza in a freestanding store for 7 years.
I was going to ask, because I've only ever seen Makeup Forever online or in Sephora.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had.
We were in a freestanding store, and it was aside from being in a mall and working in Orange County, it was very fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought you also worked at Mac.
No.
See, I worked at Mac the day after I turned 18.
Did you? Which one?
It was Smith Haven Mall on Long Island. And
those makeups were fun.
It was so fun, so intense.
I bet.
There was a whole culture to it. It was kind of intense.
I mean, I feel like in the days of, Mac was everything.
It was.
It was everything.
It really was.
If you were not wearing it and you wanted to be part of the makeup scene, it was
100%.
No.
I still have old brushes, and it's so funny. They look like just half of them, the bristles.
They're just
they're
coming
20 years old, and they're just it's
but you know what?
little...
But they still work.
And actually, they're kind of phenomenal that way. When
Yeah.
they've been beaten up, it almost ends up being a little bit better.
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, they told me they weren't hiring, and then I went home and printed out a resume and dressed in full black with a cape and platform shoes.
A cape?
Yeah, I had. It was a shawl.
Okay.
It was a shawl, and dressed in full black, full beat, and went up to the counter, and I was like, I know you said you're not hiring, but when you are, call me. And they called me the next day.
It was the cape.
It was the cape for sure, and maybe the chunky boots.
Definitely the chunky boots.
Okay, so what are your? I know we were kind of talking about old grails, but do you have any current ones that's newer?
Yeah. They're kind of boring.
I don't think so. What is it?
My favorite, my everyday go-to is the Fenty Beauty Invisimatte powder.
Okay.
It's just translucent, clear powder. I wear that every day. The YSL mascara. I don't lash clash.
That sounds correct, and if it's not, they
That
should
might be
probably
wrong,
market
but,
that. Sounds good.
It's everything to me. I sadly do not have a go-to red lip anymore because they've all been discontinued.
Dude.
All of them, every single one.
Rest in peace, Lime Crime, man. Red Velvet was so good.
Red Velvet was really good. Outlaw was my favorite. It's what I wore religiously.
I know.
And then when that was gone, there was another red that we made, but that's gone too. And then the Sephora collection one, I started buying, and then they got rid of that one. So now I've been using the Fenty one, but it's just, it's still very nice, but
it's so sad when you get really attached to one.
yeah. But the translucent powder is my go-to every day.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's life-changing.
Is it like a finishing powder or a setting powder?
It's a pressed translucent powder.
Okay,
you can
that's
use it whatever,
Okay.
however. Yeah, I use it on myself, but I also use it in my kit, especially with male grooming.
Yes,
It's
I feel like you've been doing a lot of male grooming.
I feel like it's all I do now.
Yeah, I was going to segue into this, but I think this is a great opportunity because it's coming up.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. I feel like you're going hard on the male grooming.
Which I love. I feel like it's so much harder than normal beauty makeup. Well, it used to be. And I would say that men are much easier than women, but they're not.
Elaborate, please. I'm very interested.
I mean, they don't want to, a lot of them are not used to wearing makeup unless they're, much older and wear makeup all the time. So if you put makeup on them, they start spiraling because they think they're wearing too much makeup and they don't know. And so then you start questioning yourself, but it's fine. It's always fine. But with women, it's just they want to wear makeup. They want to wear a lot of makeup.
That's
they know
fair.
It's going to change some things.
Yeah,
but
you've done AFI a lot. Deftones.
Yeah.
Ceremony.
Yeah.
So badass.
Anthony is a lot of fun. He gets obviously normal glam,
A standard glam.
and it's fun because the rest of the band just is normal male grooming. But
Have you done a lot of facial hair?
like fake facial hair
No,
or
no,
gone
sorry.
over facial hair?
I mean, because I've only done male grooming one time.
Oh, and they had a lot of facial hair.
Well, they had gaps, and so I was
You're trying to fill it in.
hand painting in little hairs, and it's insane because it was the weekend when I was 22, and it was the craziest situation because I was assisting, Kaylee Kennedy.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
assisting her on, and Kyle was directing, and he was supposed to have had his makeup done, but because
There
she
was
had
no
to leave,
makeup.
she had to leave to go to another job, and he washed it all off in the trailer and went and took a nap, and then he still had scenes to shoot, so he's like, all right, I'm ready, and had to redo his whole makeup from scratch and make it look similar to what she had done, and I was not.
So you had to draw in the facial hair.
I did, yeah.
I've filled in small patches, but not anything.
Just a little,
nothing
nothing crazy. Yeah.
The one that's the hardest for me that I've seen especially on TV, I notice the most because on men you can tell that they're wearing so much makeup here and here, and then if they have facial hair, you can see all the red underneath, and that drives me nuts. Or the Twilight issue where it's just here and then their ears are flaming red.
Yes.
You gotta always get the ears.
What do you do about underneath the facial hair?
I go in with a little brush,
You
the
paint it in,
tiniest brush,
yeah.
and go in. Otherwise, that's all you see. Once the
Yeah.
light hits, it's makeup and then just red or.
That's crazy.
But I've never had to do a full patch.
Oh, no. It
know?
wasn't that extreme. I just
Yeah.
was enhancing the
Yeah.
natural beauty.
Dave right now Davey has a full mustache, long situation going on, but it's not hard.
Yeah.
Just around the mouth.
Are you sculpting it with a wax or anything?
No, I only do his braids and his complexion now. We don't do eyebrows anymore. He does his own mustache.
How did you segue into the male grooming?
I've actually always kind of only wanted to do male grooming.
That's crazy.
Which is really weird.
It's not weird. It's
not
It's a
for
niche
me
specialty.
because the looks and vibes that I always were more drawn to were so extravagant and eccentric, and then later I was like, oh, I actually really only want to do this, and not because I thought it would be easier or it just something about it was more challenging for me, so I just wanted to try it, and then once I did it I was like, oh, I kind of only want to do this. But
I feel it takes a lot of restraint and balance, and then
yeah.
I know what you mean. The men, because they don't wear a lot of makeup, I could see absolutely how they would be more particular or just more wary.
Yeah.
I have an interesting question for you.
Okay.
Because I am retired. I was always so curious because I knew it would happen eventually, that I would kind of just not really do makeup professionally anymore. And I was always I wonder what kind of normal makeup girl I'm going to be, because you become
Yeah.
like a normal person. And so I was like curious to hear, what do you think, because things have changed about the way that I approach makeup as like a normal person versus like how I felt about it
versus old Gina.
Yeah. So it's really interesting. What would you think will always stay the same? And like, what would you think will change? Like, what do you think you're going to be doing the same in like 20 years?
On myself or other people? On myself?
On yourself, yeah.
Well, I think what a lot of people assume about me, because my life became a lot bigger when I was with Kat Von D Beauty, is that I wore a lot of makeup, a lot of colorful makeup. And yeah, I did wear a smoky eye and a red lip all through high school and most of the time, but that wasn't really my vibe. I don't like, when I was at Makeup Forever, you know, you have to wear different looks every day. You have to wear a lot of makeup every day, and you just kind of get into that. And then I went from Makeup Forever to Kat Von D Beauty, and I was wearing so much makeup, and we had to be wearing the makeup that was within the brand.
Yep.
And you just kind of get used to looking like that all the time. And I looked fucking crazy.
No, you did not.
I did.
You looked beautiful.
I looked crazy.
We're gonna have to put like throwback pictures
No.
of us together.
Of us together, yes,
together.
in front of the white limo.
Yes. I feel like we were rock stars. Like I feel like we were the Backstreet
No,
Boys.
it was a very fun time. It was a very fun time. But
Iconic time.
I don't ever, the second I didn't have to do that job,
Yeah.
if I didn't ever have to wear makeup again, fine. Like, I hate wearing complexion. I wear a red lip. That's what I've always worn.
Yeah.
I've been doing that since I discovered makeup. I think that will always remain the same. I think when I'm 90 years old, I'll still be wearing a red lip
I
and
hope so.
mascara.
I certainly hope
Yeah. I don't think that'll ever, and it'll look insane, but it'll be awesome. And I think that will be the one thing, is I'll always have a red lip.
Yeah.
But that was the one major thing, is after that ended and I stopped wearing all of that. I know there's a lot of other reasons, but I lost so many followers.
Really?
Oh my God. I had 200,000. I have 95.5 now.
Oh shit.
And
What?
I don't post tutorials anymore. I don't post 3 times a day with all these different shadow looks or bright, you know, I had like a certain follower. And it was that look, that vibe, and that's just not really me. So
That's crazy. People ain't loyal, man. That's wild.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It is okay, but it is wild because I guess.
Yeah. I mean, anytime I post anything, it can be a look, it can be personal. I mean, people engage with me more when it's personal,
Yeah.
which is a little sad because my job is makeup, and there's makeups that I post where people don't engage at all. They don't care, which some people do care, and I always appreciate it, but most of the time, nobody cares.
Yeah,
And
it's just so hard because
I
there's
know.
so much noise. I
Yeah.
think that's a huge part of it. It's like it's just we're like it's so hyper saturated now.
Well, yeah,
especially
and if I'm
makeup.
not posting like banging shit out all the time, nobody's paying attention. Nobody, like, if I post once a month and it pops up, nobody's like, oh my God, she finally, they're just like, okay.
Well, I also think that the algorithms at large
Well, yeah.
devalue the posts when you're not consistent. It's
Yeah.
this whole.
I also don't do TikTok. I'm
struggling too.
There's too many things. I know I need to for my,
For
work,
work, but yeah.
it's there's so many things.
It's very overwhelming and it's very discouraging, and I think this is like very universally felt
Yeah.
amongst a lot of artists of all
Yeah.
mediums. But makeup really, I would argue with Instagram, makeup in particular as a field
Yeah.
got clobbered,
Yeah, I agree.
like completely changed
Yeah.
everything. But that's a whole thing. What are some of your favorite makeups that you've done? Like things that you look back on that you're like, I love that I did that. That was my favorite.
I have a few.
I want them all. Tell me.
Some of them nobody will ever see, unfortunately.
That's okay. You can describe it.
But one of them was Davey did a show at the Forum for Sing the Sorrow. It was when he had the sharp brows and the braids, and that we did it hundreds of times, but that particular night it was just like so on point, and I loved it. And then I'm trying to figure out how I can explain this. You know Blake.
Yes.
Okay, so Blake and I and a big team did this. We worked on this thing together, and it was very long. And I keyed it, and I had the opportunity to have someone help me on one of the looks, and it was full face design with just pearls, and it was so beautiful. Each model took 3 hours, and it was just the most stunning thing I think I've ever done.
Do you have a picture of it? Can we?
I'll show you.
Okay.
I'll show you. Yeah, I
Is
will
it something
show you.
that can't come out?
No, nobody will. Hopefully one day, but
Okay.
nobody will see it. A lot of the looks on that thing we didn't have very much time, but I feel like that's usually when I do my best, is when it's like you have 10 minutes and it's crazy. Body glitter or something is usually when I'm on it. But it felt like a year, and there were so many different looks and so many bodies, and they were the coolest makeups.
What kind of project was it? Are you allowed to say?
It was like a music thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's very unfortunate that we
That's a
haven't seen it,
bummer.
but I did it, and it's cool.
Speaking of glitter, I was trying to scroll back in time because this is a long time. You know what I'm going to ask about.
I do.
You were like the master of like the full head to toe.
You know who got me that?
Who?
Is Marisa.
Really?
Yes, she did.
Shout out. Amazing.
So actually, that was 2014. So there's this woman. She is my idol. Her name is Francesca. If you don't know who she is, you should definitely look her up.
Okay, amazing.
She is like my mother. I love her. She is the most talented woman ever to exist in makeup. She does Cher. She's done Madonna, Beyoncé, like Elizabeth Taylor, everybody. But she was doing Beyoncé for the MTV Music Awards. That's what it was.
Yeah, okay.
And Marisa put me on this to work with her, which was a dream because of who she was. And I knew it was going to be crazy, but I didn't know it was going to be that crazy. There was, I believe, 16 dancers.
I didn't know it was that many. I thought it was like 4.
No, there was 16 dancers and then 4 additional dancers for a different look.
Okay.
But it was full head to toe with like a natural glam body glitter.
Yes. It was like a cat suit of body glitter.
Yes.
Like liquid latex, like every inch of your...
Yeah. And we had a run-through day the day before, and I wasn't allowed to have an assistant for any of it.
Oh my God.
It was just so crazy. And obviously it was a long time ago, and I just was like, fuck it, I can do it. I don't care. And the run-through was so insane. I have touched places on people that I never thought I would touch with baby oil and glitter.
Yep.
And I cut hair from places that I didn't think I'd ever have to cut hair from. It was so disgusting, but so beautiful.
Yeah, I just remember this video of you like on your hands and knees with your hands just like going like this.
Yeah,
and it's just, like, a wall
there's
of
like
glitter.
there's a behind the scenes video that's actually still, I just recently found it on YouTube, and it's still there, and it's me covering somebody in glitter.
I think that's what I'm like. It's burned into my brain actually.
Well,
and
I've done
it.
2 because when I joined Kat Von D Beauty, she had me recreate it on somebody, but it was black glitter.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I do have that too.
Okay.
But this one, there was 16, and I had to have it done very, very fast. So the second day when, I did it, we did it, but it was like not done the way that it needed to be done. So I was able to bring Tara with me.
Thank God.
Who was also working with me at Makeup Forever.
What? I didn't know that.
That's how we met.
That's crazy.
That's how Tara and I met, was at Makeup Forever.
Wow, that's mind blowing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was through Kat.
No.
That's crazy.
She met Kat through me, through
Okay.
Makeup Forever.
How did you meet Kat?
I met Kat in 2000. I have to refer to Marisa again. Where'd she go?
I don't know.
We worked at a place on Melrose called Forgotten Saints, Marisa and I, in 2007.
Okay. Damn.
2007, where they dressed a lot of celebrities. It was like a lot of leather, a lot of stuff like that. But she came in. I met her through there. I met her on Melrose. She had the best shoe collection, and I asked her about her shoes, and then we kind of just became friends from there. But she also knew Lindsay because he had been on the show. He had tattooed her, or she had tattooed him. So, but her and I had been friends ever since.
That's crazy. I did not know that you and Tara were at Makeup Forever.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
How long after you did she start? Like, how many years were you guys together actively in there?
7 years.
The whole time?
Yeah, we got hired like a few months apart.
That's
So
incredible.
we worked together a really long time, because then we went to Kat Von D Beauty together after that as well.
She's incredible as well. She's iconic with
Oh my
the
God,
graphic liners. Like,
she's so talented.
insane.
Yeah.
I did one time like a tribute to her
A
where
liner?
I did like electric orange with like blue
I mean,
splatter.
I could never.
Oh no, I didn't come close, but it was
No.
like in honor of, because
Yeah.
she's so iconic.
I could never recreate any of the. I would try. She's a painter. Like,
yeah,
it's
her
just-
brain is on
yeah.
another. It's on another level.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it's
agree.
pretty wild. So with the ones that were the original 16, was it just like silver and gold? Because I feel like I'm thinking of the ones maybe that you did for Kat.
Well, I ended up doing it a few times, because after we did that, the ones for the maybe it was silver. It was silver with like other colors in it, like holographic colors, I think, or maybe it was gold.
It might have been both.
I don't
I feel
remember.
like it was both.
Because after that, I did a pink one with her for a makeup convention, and
That's
that was even harder than the full body, because it was bald cap, full face, the whole thing. But that one we did the 16, and then they had to be able to dance in it and perform on stage like naked,
What did
and
you-
it couldn't move.
What
so
did you do?
I just held my breath.
Hairspray? Did you hair?
No.
Oh.
We used baby oil, gel, and glitter, and just mix it together. And when you put it on, it's on. You have to like cut it off. It stays.
It dries down from.
It doesn't dry, but it's like really tacky. So it stays.
That's insane that it doesn't move.
Yeah. It looked like if it moves, more of it moves into place. Like it's the best way to do a glitter in my opinion, and it does still get everywhere. If you go to the forum and walk around the back, there's still glitter in the floor.
I was gonna ask how long it took you
can
to get
see
the
it.
glitter out of everything.
I see it every time I go back there. There's glitter in the hallway still.
That's wild.
And then we had to do these 4 additional girls because they were down. Do you know David Gilmore? He's a body painter. He's very talented, but he was airbrushing them, and there wasn't enough time, so we had to just jump in and do the additional other girls. But that was the first time that I had worked for her, and that was like, it was the coolest at that time. It was so cool.
If you didn't do makeup and you had to have a secondary career or like a parallel universe trajectory, like what would you do other than makeup? I know that's a really hard question for you because clearly...
It honestly is a very hard question because there's so many times where I'm like, I don't even want to do makeup anymore. But I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, you're like, I would like to just be retired, actually, on a beach.
I don't want to do anything. I want to be home with my cats, and I want to play Mario Kart with Marisa, and
So video game developer.
I would just love to play Mario Kart.
A professional Mario Kart player.
Yeah. But during the pandemic, I was, from when I had Damien until the pandemic, I had always worked like 3 jobs, and then I went to Makeup Forever and was only doing that, and then Kat Von D Beauty, but I've never stopped. Like, it's always been a hustle. And when the pandemic hit and I literally was forced to stop, I told myself I don't ever want to do this again. I don't ever want to work like that again.
Yeah.
Ever. I don't care. I'll be homeless. Like, I don't ever want to do that again. But in that time, I had so much time to focus on myself, and my mental health was so terrible. I was so sick. I was so overweight, and I never saw my son. I never saw Lindsay. It was horrible. So when I was forced to stop, I was like, oh, why am I doing this?
Yeah, not sustainable.
No, I'd rather work at a coffee shop and have,
but real life. Yeah, work-life balance.
When I get offered these jobs where I can't resist taking them, it's like I can't work at the coffee shop because then I'll have to quit the coffee shop to take the one day that makes up for the month.
Right.
But I just,
I'm afraid to ask how old Damien is because I know it's going to
you don't even want to know.
It's going to blow my mind.
He just turned 23 in April.
Oh, God. I was going to say he can get a beer now, can he? That's crazy. Yeah. That's like bizarre.
He doesn't drink, though. He does not drink.
But, like, he's old. He's that old that he could.
Yeah, he's 23 years old.
That's wild.
He has his own place with his girlfriend.
Oh, my God.
I see him. I was living in LA.
This is her son we're talking about.
Yeah, my 23-year-old son.
Crazy.
We moved to LA in 2023, and he moved into his own place, but we still lived like not even 10 minutes away from each other. We have a very unhealthy I want to see you every day relationship. So he would come over on his way to work every day, and then I moved here, and it's been very hard to be away from him, but it makes me we went to Highland Park the other day, where he lives close to there, and we were just walking down the street, and he's just like walking down the road with his groceries. Like, it's so nice to see him out in the wild.
Yeah.
And like, we'll go into some of these places, and they're like, Damien, and he's like the mayor of Highland Park.
I love that. Oh my God.
But he's just such a coolest
He's such a
cool person.
Yeah.
And I'm so lucky that he is the way that he is, and I'm so grateful that we are so close, because
he really is copy paste you.
It's so funny.
It's wild.
I know.
It's really, really cool.
He's so tall. He's like 6'2".
What?
And I'm 5'2", so
that's insane. That's got to be so trippy in like a beautiful way.
It is, because he's my baby. He's so tiny to me still, and it's like, it's so hard to let go of that. I know it'll always be that way, but it's definitely challenging to be further away from him now.
How did you manage it when you were like touring a lot with Kat? I call it touring because it is touring.
It was a tour. It was 90% travel.
I can't even like fathom, because like I was tired and I was like on the bench, like I was a bench warmer. And I was tired, so like you were like the quarterback.
It was really hard because, and I know any corporate job you have, you're gonna miss a lot of things, and that's just the way that's just the way it is. But I missed birthdays. I missed like really important shit, and it didn't matter like at all to anybody, and nobody really, I was the only one with a kid. So it was like, nobody understands until you actually have a child how horrible it is to miss those things. And like those things in my life were always big, and I always tried to make those things really big for him. Like, you know, it was always, he was never a anytime I would throw him a party, he hated it.
Of course,
like he had anxiety, he'd throw up, like it was just like a crazy thing. But so later in life, it was always just like a really private, I'd decorate the house birthday. But there were a few times where I couldn't make it, and my mom was like the most helpful person in the world during those times, and like he would, you know,
she was subbing in a little bit.
Yeah, she was like mom, and they're really close, so that I was really grateful for that. There was never babysitters or anything. It was either my mom or myself.
Yeah.
But that was the hardest part of that job, was that, because I mean, in the end, it's the same with pets, it's the same with kids. Like, you only have this one life.
Yeah.
This is it. Like, you you
Yeah.
have to be there. Otherwise, you don't get that back. And
we're by the way,
that.
to be clear, because I feel like we're talking like everyone knows what we're talking about,
Yeah.
but we're talking about when Leah was, should we say like a global?
I was the global makeup artist.
Global makeup artist
for Kat Von D Beauty.
Yeah.
So
For years.
Yeah. Yeah, for years. It was a long time.
Which involves, for people who don't know, like explain, because we're talking and I'm realizing like people don't
know.
The makeup people that watch this will get every single thing that we're saying, but like explain the like role and duty of like what a global makeup artist is for people that don't know that are listening.
It was everything you can imagine. It was product development meetings. It was creating curriculum for master classes. The very first thing I did was teach a master class for, I think it was groups of like 100, and there was like 1,000 Sephora. We were launching in a Sephora, and none of them spoke English. And I had to teach them about Lock-It foundation and complexion, and there was a translator, but it's still, that was like
so
the
hard.
kickoff of all of it. And when we're not teaching master classes or launching in a Sephora or on a campaign shoot, we're doing influencer events. And since Kat was the face of the brand, we were doing these like meet and greet type things with her. There was every little thing that you can imagine within a brand where there's one job for that person now, like just a piece of that job, like individually, each thing. It was all of it.
All of them under one umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it took up and it was, you know, I lived in Orange County at the time, and everything was San Francisco or Los Angeles. So, and you know, I still commute to LA, but I was like, I was there, like I was never home. And that took, I mean, it took a big toll on my marriage, my parenting, all of it.
The traveling is so hard.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, it was hard.
Physically, emotionally.
Yeah, and I also have a lot of illnesses, body issues, and traveling like that, and eating, and I was so sick all the time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, I'm just tired. But it was so many things. And
I think that's really important for people to hear, because I think that a lot of people glamorize, you know, the concept of being a global makeup artist, and it is amazing, and like, you are so talented.
It was so fun,
but like it is important to shed light on the physical toll of how much it takes out of you.
There was times where we would have to sleep on the plane, because as soon as we got off, which was hard because we had to study what we were getting into as soon as we landed, but it was, we go here, we leave there, we go to this next place. It was just, there was no time to take care of yourself, and that was really challenging for me. But also at the time, I didn't really know how to take care of myself, because I wasn't really used to that until I had to stop, and I was
Right.
like, oh.
So the pandemic, in a way, kind of like
Oh, the pandemic
was a service in a
the
strange
pandemic
way.
was honestly the happiest I've ever been in my life.
It
Like,
forced you to hit
everybody
pause.
had money.
You were like,
I could do nothing. I watched so many programs with my cats and Damien and Lindsay, and like it was the best. I went
played
roller.
Mario Kart professionally.
I wasn't playing video games then.
Really?
No, we just recently got back on
Okay.
the games.
It's a new
I
development.
hadn't been playing since early 2000s, but I was roller skating on the beach every day. I was going to the roller skating, like everything I could think of that I could do that I never got to do, I did, and it was the best.
I like that it ended up being like a blessing in disguise for you.
Yeah, at first I was like, this is horrible. What am I going to do? Because I had been so used to grinding my whole life, and it was honestly the best thing that could have ever happened to me.
Yeah, it's almost like a wake up call
Yeah.
in a sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like now you're in this like space in your life and career, and you're like doing the male grooming, and you're doing music videos.
Yeah.
What other things are you working on, by the way? Like, what am I missing?
Honestly,
Is that kind of the foremost?
that's kind of it.
And what do you want to be doing? Like, is this like, this is what you love, and you're gonna like in 10 years you see like it kind of being similar?
I mean, I do work on a lot of campaigns, but that's not really the way I want to go. I love anything that's really, I love doing music videos because they're always chaotic. I love doing any kind of performance stuff.
I feel like music is very much integrated into like your artistry specifically.
Which I'm glad, because that's where the want to do this came from for me. So it is really cool that I get to do that.
Elaborate. Like, how is it integrated into the makeup for you?
Well, I always pull from a long time ago. Everything that I do is probably not anything that I see that is current. I never do a direct copy of anything unless somebody's like, I want this. But
Right.
most of the time, the techniques that I use are not current. I have a really hard time with trend makeup, or, every time I do anything, someone shows me a picture and it's always the same look, and it's always very,
I think what people don't understand as well, and I think this is something you'll agree with, is like one makeup will not look the same way on, like if it looks one way on one person,
Well,
it's not guaranteed to look the same way on another person.
Before I would just be like, oh, okay, I'll do it. Now at this point in my life, I usually just say, I'll do this for you, but this is not the way it's going to look.
Yeah.
You don't look like this person.
Right.
You look like the opposite of this person.
Yes.
And that's not in a mean way. It's just like, that's not you.
Yeah.
And at Makeup Forever, we were taught to work with the face shape, what every makeup artist is usually taught to do in the beginning, but I prefer to do something that is more complementary for your face shape.
I think that's like
than
it's a big misconception too, because like you're seeing all of these like tutorials on Instagram
It's
and
so
TikTok,
crazy.
and it's just like everyone thinks that that's exactly, like everyone does contour the same way.
Yeah.
But not everyone
No,
should be,
not everybody needs it.
even needs it.
There's some people I don't even do that on. It's
I
like,
don't.
yeah.
I don't need it.
I just, yeah.
I
you
would
do
be
not.
no, but like I would look like
Those
gaunt.
cheekbones?
No, but it would look bad, is what I'm saying. Like whereas other
Yeah.
people, like I would look like hollow or like ill if I like carved out like a hard like line.
You don't need that.
No, it's
You
just,
do not need that.
Yeah, but I think like people that are like learning like see that and think that they like
Yeah.
have to do that, and like that's like the right
Yeah.
way, when that's not.
I mean, it's taught a lot now, even in school. It's like one of the biggest highlight in the contour. I don't really care for it.
Yeah.
Unless you really need it, or if you're, trying to create dimension
Or
and
stage.
specific lighting or
Yes.
whatever. It's like, yeah, I get it.
Performance.
But for everyday life, and seeing that is so wild to me.
What's something that you do that you think is like unusual, or like with your makeup technique, or something that you do that you think you learned maybe yourself from trial and error? I know it's a hard question. It's a little abstract.
Yeah, I actually don't know.
Because I'll give an example of like what I'm talking about with regards to myself is like my eyes are very downturned. So like when I do my liner, I stop like 2/3 of the way out and then go up. But I just figured, I'm sure that's a thing, but like that's something.
Oh, like on myself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's kind of a hard question,
actually,
but like there are just certain things that I feel like I do that are like a little strange or not as universal.
I guess, I mean, the only thing that I do that is different is my brow pencil on
on
my lip, but
that does count as an answer.
That's pretty much it.
I'm actually so excited because I brought a red lip on the trip.
You have to do it.
And I'm going to totally do it. I'm really excited.
I'll
wear it to my dinner.
I would love that.
Okay, I'm really excited. Did you do my makeup for Ashley's show that one time at the Wax Museum? Did you?
Did I?
I think you did.
I don't remember.
With the pearls?
Yeah. Did I do yours?
I think you did.
I don't remember who I did.
I think you did mine.
Was it bad?
No, it was fantastic. It was phenomenal.
I'm just kidding. No,
you've never done a bad look in your life.
I actually really that's not true. That is not true. I've done a few questionable looks, but it's because
on yourself or other people?
On other people.
Yeah.
But
I made a girl cry once.
Did you?
Yeah, Mac. It was that exact story that you're saying, like where somebody asks for something, but like they do not look like the reference or they don't know what they're asking for. And I was like 19 and like just started. And I did exactly what was in the picture, but like didn't have like the experience to like advise.
To execute it?
No, I executed it just right.
Okay.
But it just like was not
like
for
that.
their face.
Yeah.
Because like when people come in and they ask for a smoky eye, they don't actually mean a smoky eye.
No, they want
mean
like
at the lash, like a little bit.
A little
puffed
dusting.
Out. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, but I did a full-on smoky eye on this girl. Black. Yeah, I packed it on, and she was like devastated.
Yeah. Whenever somebody asks me now, "Oh, I want a smoky eye,"
You're like, no, you don't.
No, I always do brown.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
I never.
They don't mean black.
Never in my life reach for the black anymore because I just know.
That's not what they mean.
Yeah.
They're speaking a different language. Yeah.
Yeah. There was this one time I had to do, it was for Wonderland magazine, and she asked for My Chemical Romance, red shadow, the whole thing, and I was like, okay. Because that wasn't really the vibe of the shoot, but it was an artist, so it was kind of whatever she wanted. And then we did it, and she was like, yeah, no, this isn't really what I'm thinking. And I'm like, well, yeah, of course not. This is not the look. It's daylight out, and it's supposed to be like kind of ethereal. So I was like, okay, we'll just buff it out, because she still wanted like the look. So I did, and then she was like, I actually want to do something different. And then I was like, okay, so we do it again, and then still not the vibe. So then we just wipe off the red shadow, and she goes, that's it.
But like left the face on and just wiped the
so it was just
shadow.
like a
That's
tint,
crazy.
just like the tint of red. And I was like, this is, I feel like that's always, like everybody, no matter what, coming into the counter or just in real life, they have a vision of what they want in their head, and it's never what is given to you, ever. It never is, unless it's like a copy and paste and they're going to look just like that. It's just never that, and it'll never be that.
What I started doing with people, and I'd be curious to hear if you have any additional tricks, but like I basically realized exactly what you're saying, like nobody knows how to communicate actually what they want, or they don't have the language. And so basically what I would do is like, show me a picture of yourself like from a time where you loved your makeup, and then I just do it how they do, or like how they do their own makeup.
How they do their own makeup
is huge.
I don't ever usually do weddings anymore, but before, I've done a couple lately on friends, and they'll show me pictures, and I'm like, but you don't look like that. You don't ever wear your makeup like that. You don't want to look like this. I'd rather you want to look like yourself. Otherwise you're going to feel crazy.
Yeah.
Unless you're used to wearing a lot of makeup, then you probably shouldn't do that, because you're going to look back on that and be like, who is that?
You know who's phenomenal at that too is Aileen, who did my makeup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she did my makeup for my wedding. She crushed it. She dunked on it.
You looked very pretty.
Thanks.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, she crushed it. She's very, very good at like figuring out faces.
Nailing down who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a huge part of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's still you.
Right. You want to look like yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 years, still want to just be doing the male grooming predominantly, and then
like just hanging out with my cats.
No, but honestly, you should be slowing down like at this like phase for sure.
It's scary though, because I mean,
you're not used to it.
I work, I with an agency, so it's not like a consistent thing all the time.
Yeah.
So it's almost forces me to try to get back into that hustle mentality, but it's, the makeup world is so different than it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm not as busy, and there's things that I take where I'm like, I have to take this.
Yeah.
And that's not a fun place to be, but then I do it and I'm like, oh, that was fun. Like, it forces me to do things that maybe I wouldn't have been comfortable doing before.
Can you give an example when you're saying like things were very different?
I was just so busy, like constantly busy. And, I just, like I said earlier, I'm not working with a brand where I'm the face of the brand anymore. I'm not banging out YouTube videos. I'm not the face of anything anymore, which I'm the face of myself. But, to be constantly busy, you have to like put those things out there.
Yeah.
And I just...
Were you very conscious of that too? Like at the time when you had to be like the face of something? Like was that something you were thinking about very consciously?
Because we were constantly being told that.
Right.
Like there was things that we had to be a certain way. We had to look a certain way. We had to put out this content. We had to say things, and it was... You get used to it, so it almost feels like real.
Right.
But it's not really.
Right. There's a lot of constraints, I would imagine.
Yeah.
That come with that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like we covered a pretty good range of topics.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, I think, you're one of my favorite artists. This is like a dream to get to sit down with you and talk with you. I think of you often when I'm doing my own makeup.
I love that.
And for inspiration all the time, I think of you. So
thank you.
This has been phenomenal.
I'm really glad that we got to do this.
No, I know. This is like the heart of the project. Like it's bringing me back to like my favorite people. Yeah. Because you do only get one life and like one shot.
True.
And, but I'm really happy to see how happy you are.
Thank
and
you.
like you've found so much balance and you worked so hard for so long.
Yeah.
And you deserve all of the peace.
It's been a really long time.
So long. I mean, but you're an icon. You really did the thing.
Thank you.
Give me a hug.
Let's see if I can get up.
Oh, this is so exciting.